sometimes like depending on the specific vulnerability, each type of runtime reachability has specific trade-offs as to like if it's helping or if it's sort of misleading. Because if you just think of it like if I deploy an attacker, if I give I did an interview with Jonathan Jacoby recently, who's doing hacker stuff. Like if I deploy him on a Linux box, and it's got a bunch of packages that aren't loaded into memory or executing a process, but they have a ton of like privilege escalation vulnerabilities, like he's gonna yes, like, exactly. That's going to be step one. And so all of a sudden, the fact that, oh, well, these aren't reachable, like that's not really doing too much. And so
I think reachability is just a way. It's the first step. It's not the final step. It's a way to actually focus on what's more burning. It's like if I have 50 fire, which fire is under my feet burning me, and which fire I can postpone it to the time when an attacker comes. No doubt that all of the fire or the majority of the critical fire with remote code execution or memory stuff that are the more popular hacker stuff.
Yep. But I think what we're actually trying to talk about too is like the application layer exploits, which is more like Nego territory of like the when we talk about is a function executing, what we really mean is can an attacker exploit this like from the front door of your web app, which is a different than like, you know, I've given a hacker direct access to my Linux box. Because in that point, if someone has access to a web app, it's still technically possible they have a way to start like dormant packages, but it's much more likely that they're going to be exploiting like application layer attacks. And so I think that's really what we're talking about, but it speaks to even this divide that's been happening within DAST and pen testing for a while now, where some pen testing and DAST vendors, I'm always, because I think so application-y about this stuff that I'm thinking of like GraphQL enumeration and like crazy DAST setups. But then like there's a whole segment of the DAST market that's running like Nmap scans against network endpoints. And it just speaks to that infrastructure application divide where people are still figuring out like, how do we combine this stuff? What does it mean to combine it? Do we even want to like, it's very rare. I can't think of a vendor off the top of my head. I could I'll just say
the silver bullet doesn't exist. I think vulnerabilities are a lot, and some of them might be fixed, some of them might be not, but it's a conscious decision that somebody needs to make. There will not be, even us with the best in the world, and I'll wave my own flag.